possibly similar to the treehouse. It's probably not going to give me any output. Is it going to... Yeah, it's not going to give me any information. Potentially, with this one, I need to group... I can't have... I need to have exactly 2 of a given color star in the thing. So potentially, I need to do something like this. So now all those are happy. And then... and then if we go like this, those are happy. But then we still have issues up here. No, we don't. Maybe. We do? Yes, we do. So instead, if we go like this, it's still not going to be great. The trick is trying to section them all off. How long have you... I don't know. Lots. I did 2 really long evening streams last week. So a lot of time. So I already have 2. So I don't want any more... Okay, so I think we want to leave that one out. And we go like this. This is where we were a second ago, and it wasn't quite what we wanted. This seems promising. So assuming that I understand the rules of this properly, in each of the different sections, I have exactly 2 of a given color. So either 0 or 2 of a given color. And I think this will work. Yes. Okay, so I've now turned on the power, I guess, over to here. Okay, so now this one, this is an example of where it's this shape, it's rotated. So these are the same rules that I know already, so that's good. Except in this one they give me, because usually in the other one, if I did this, oh, this actually does give me error output. Okay, cool. So this is one where it needs to be rotated and be in that shape. So in theory, I could just do this. And it works. Aha, okay, so what this is telling me, so this is, like, that was success. Nothing happened. This is actually one of those, you're in person at changing stuff. So if I actually stand on top of this, this is actually the level it's going to bring me to, I think. So if I'm standing on top of this thing, then I solve it. And I tell it, wait. I mean, yes. If I do this, something's going to happen. It's going to, oh, I see. It's going to angle this thing, I guess. Up here. So now I can get up here because I guess I've changed that thing to be in the orientation of up instead of down. That's kind of cool. So now I will get up top. And now we can more easily solve these puzzles. So here's an object. I have no idea what this does yet. I do know... yeah, I've seen these things somewhere else too. And so these objects I understand. And then this one actually negated that, or like it grayed that out. So this is something I haven't quite figured out. I have seen negative blocks, but this shape is sort of new. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna assume that I'm trying to enclose what is this gonna do? Objects are not happy. This one grays out. Okay, so I think I want this thing is potentially a shape negation. Is the name I'm giving it. A shape negation thing. I don't know how to activate it quite yet. So what I'm going to try and do is see if I can solve this puzzle, because this one's not possible to fit in here. I'm going to try to solve this puzzle just with these guys. They have to be in that shape. So 3 across, 2 down. Actually, so we're going to go like this and see if this... Okay, so that is. So, so what I did is I did 3 across, this guy, 2 down, and then these 2 are grouped together, I think, and so I was able, it negates the need for that, I think is what it's doing. So then in this case, I don't know why I can't just do this. So also some of them, they have it set up so that if you get it wrong, you have to actually go back and solve the previous one, so it's harder to brute force. Okay, so we can't just do what I just did. This thing has to negate an object. Maybe that's a rule. It is. Okay. So this negation object, or negation object, negation object, a thing. It needs to have something to negate. Otherwise it freaks out. So we're going to go, we want to include that one and this one. So I think we need to keep these two together, because to actually have this one be in there, it would end up including this, which is not going to work out. So I think we want to do this. Hello, John Fowle. This looks fun. That's okay. It's going to be on YouTube eventually. So yeah, so I put in this object, and then this negation one said we don't need to worry about this. Awesome. So now I understand what this object does. So there's other parts of the map where there's been these objects that don't tell me anything. So now I understand what this object does. So I can potentially solve those other areas. Okay, so these are the different objects we have. We could potentially do something like this. And so we have the 2 and the 1. Oh, we have extra. We could do this. But that might actually freak out, because the negation object, the negation object would be targeting the thing that actually worked. Yeah, okay. So not that. I just want to see if that was going to happen. So my solve for that is actually going to be to make this thing not valid. So if I do this instead, like this. So now I've made that so that basically the Tetris block, the L, is not going to be valid, and everything else is valid. And then the negation object is able to cancel it out. So if it succeeded, then that's no good. Okay. So now we need to include all these things. So 2 of these things are going to have to overlap. So one of these, we're going to want to cancel one of these 2. And then keep these 2 around. The locations for where they are is a little complicated. So if we do... Every time we get it wrong, we have to go back and do the last one. Again. I mean, luckily the answer's still there. So if these 2 together in a thing would just be a square, although you can't overlap, and it's in the middle, so that complicates things. So let's instead look at... So if we actually keep these 2 together, that would be this shape, which is doable. Right? Yes? Yes. So we're going to keep those 2 together, like this. And then that one's not going to be valid, and that's going to negate it. Yes! Okay, good. What are we doing? Gate. Progression. Okay. Alright. We are working more on negation things. Okay, so we need to have these different shapes in there. And we want to have one of them not be valid. So potentially this is good. Awesome. So these are all fine. And then, oh, and that was an easy solve, but it's actually not what we're doing. So what that's doing is it's actually, this is to position the physical thing in the world over to where you want to go. So what we really want to do is not quite there. And my guess is, well, we'll see. We'll see if that's too far. We do want to get on that thing. So let's actually bring it to here. So potentially here might be a good spot to get on it. So like the whole game is just like these puzzle things, little, not jigsaw I guess, but like these sliding puzzle things. And then meanwhile, there's all these sort of in the environment things that you perhaps I guess need to do it quick. Okay. And I guess there is a delay when you do it. So you're able to hop on and do stuff. Okay. Because you can't fall off the edge. If this thing wasn't down there, I couldn't really do anything. I'm not sure how I would get back over there from now on, though. Hopefully I don't need to get over there. Alright. New puzzles. Maybe. Yes. What is this? Oh, okay. Progression. Good. Alright. So now, same rules, I guess. This has changed colors, so we'll see if it's the same rules. So the two suns, we have to have 0 or 2 of the same color suns in the same area. And I'm guessing this negation object is able to go and take that guy out. So he's not valid, but that's okay because this thing is taken up. Now we're dealing with more colors. So we'll see how that impacts things. So potentially the bottom 2... Oh, I know. Maybe. So it's really that a sun with a given color can only have needs to have one of the same color within the object. But the negation object is purple or pink. Magenta? Say magenta. Or pink. We'll say pink. And so in this case, that sun might actually be valid because it's with the negation object, so then I don't know what's going to happen. Okay. So I was not happy with that. Okay. No. No. What does this do? Interesting. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. So an error, but it only negates one object. So those are happy, but the other two are not happy. So I really need to have them all together. Yes. So they're all together. The negation object, they all sort of error. The negation object removes one that has errored. And then the other ones are happy. Okay. So here we have an extra of this. So we don't want those to be together. We potentially could do this. So the one thing that's going to error is those 3 suns. The negation object will remove one of the suns, and then it might be okay. Yes, good. So how many suns? So we have one extra orange sun. So is it as simple as this? Yes, good. This one's complicated because if I just draw, like if I just do this, then the suns will actually be happy. Oh, interesting. No, this is the answer, I think. Because so the suns are happy. So they will actually be good because they are with another one of its same color. And then the 2 negation objects will not be happy. So they'll error. But then they might actually cancel each other out. Let's see. No. Okay. Well, that's a good guess. Alright, so the negation objects don't cancel out each other, right? Because there's... They did cancel out each other. Interesting. Why are they blinking so much? Oh, I see. Because, yeah, they didn't have anything to cancel out. So if we do this, the only thing that's going to be really unhappy is this in the end. Oh, no, I see. When it cancels out... okay. Okay, no, I got it. So what we want to do is we want to group them like this, so that they don't have the same colors together. So they'll actually error, and then the negation objects will work okay. And here we have an even number of things. Okay, we can't quite do that. Up to top over. Yeah. No hints in chat. I missed that part, maybe. Oh, no, this is going to work. I like to... Or I could just not read chat until I solve the puzzle. That's another option. But I'm going hints free in chat if I can. Yeah, this is a really fun, I like this game quite a bit. It's pretty cool. We need to... We can go like this. We can go like this. No. You can go like... Okay. Yeah. Well, so all of these can be together, actually, the bottom ones. Or wait, no, I'm sorry, we don't want those top ones to be part of the same mix. We could do those together. So we have those four together. They're all going to error. Those will be taken out. I think this might work. Yes, good. Because these one, like these errored, but then that grabbed one of the errors and then it was fine. Okay. So they're all the same color. This is very similar to the thing we just solved, although probably more complicated for some reason. No. Good. All right. So now we have shapes and suns and a negation object that's not the same color. So we need to remove one of the suns and potentially... So we want to keep these inside the thing. We have this. Okay, so I think we actually want... Well, or the negation object could actually take out a couple things. No, it can only take out one thing, right? So I have to take out a sun. So let's just start with something like this. We'll need to make sure that we have some of these shapes together. So I think if we do this, it won't quite be right at all. It won't be right at all. Because, yeah, I have to negate a sun. So the negation object definitely just take out a sun. The problem is that I've got to go to a meeting. All right, well, have fun. Yeah, I have to end up the stream shortly anyway. I was hoping to finish this row, but I might actually have to quit before that. We'll see. So to have both these things in there, we need to have, basically this bar has to be part of, like this one has to be this. Yeah. And then we need to have this in a thing. But we can't... Oh, okay, wait. Right. So we want to have... This is here. We're going to put this shape here. Like this. So I've enclosed the two suns. Two suns, those are happy. That sun's not going to be happy. But the negation object will take it out. So this is the last one of this row, hopefully, and then I'll have to end up the stream. Alright, so we have negation object. These suns seem like they could be happy. These different shapes. So we have this row will have to be here, this 4, unless we negate it. And then we have a 3 on top of that. but that's not gonna, okay, so, right, so we're gonna do this to make it so it'll remove the 3. Awesome. Okay, what did that do? Oh, okay, bro. It just turned out more puzzles. Okay, well, that'll be the end of the stream. Fortunately, I won't be able to figure out where this goes, but I've played this before where I went, yeah, so by the time, once I do these 3, then it's just gonna send, it's gonna do more over there. So, it never ends. It eventually ends, but...